Resilience. That's the word that defines Triumph Foundation and the people we serve. And we're reaching thousands of people every year. And there's so many stories worth being told. And I can't wait to highlight a few of them for you. People that we've been able to educate, support, and empower.
So my name is Niko. I chose to go swimming with some friends at my apartment complex and dove into the pool and snapped my neck. So I've been in the chair for now 3 years. Before Triumph came along, I was kind of secluded. I was really to myself. I didn't want to hang out with people. I was definitely angry. I was angry that my injury happened. I was angry that I had a lot taken away from me, both physically and mentally, emotionally. I lost a lot of what I called friends at the time because, they didn't want to hang out with me because I was in a wheelchair. And then Triumph came along, and I was a little shy at first to meet people and kind of get with the community, but the more that I did the events, the more that I hung out with the support groups, the more that I talked to people that were a part of the community, now I'm not afraid. I go out, I go on the bus, I go out and, all the events, and I make friends, and thanks to Triumph, I'm back to my, extroverted self and doing everything that, I could do without hesitations.
Hi, my name is Mariaelena Melendez. I'm a mom of 5. I had surgery. It turns out they gave me too much anesthesia, and I was completely paralyzed when I finally woke up. My body was numb with the anesthesia. However, my brain was still alert. When the nurses called the anesthesiologist to let him know that I was not responding, at first I thought they were talking about another patient, and it turned out that it was me. Finally, I snapped out of the anesthesia. Unfortunately, when I woke up, I couldn't move. Now I'm starting to feel a little pain and nerve pain in my legs and some sensation, but it's taken 2 years for me to get there. At Rancho Los Amigos is where I met, I call them my angels, Triumph, which is Andrew and Walt. When I first met them, I gotta be honest, I saw how happy they were, and I was still so angry. We all talked about it as patients, like they look so happy, and we couldn't understand how you can feel so happy and still being in a wheelchair. And I guess it just has to do with a process that you go through. And the first thing Andrew said was, "Girl, we got to get you out of that hospital wheelchair and come see me and I'll get you a wheelchair." Sure enough, once they put me in that wheelchair, I laughed because I said, wow, I feel like I'm in a BMW or a Mercedes or a Bentley or something because of wheelchairs, because the hospital wheelchair is just horrible. After that happened, we became good friends. When I'm having a bad day, I don't know how they know, but I'll get a text from them, or I'll get a message, or they'll call me and checking in, see how I'm doing. And I always tell them, like, how do you know that I'm having a difficult day? I don't understand the connection we seem to have. I remember Andrew, when he loaned me the wheelchair, he said, the only thing I ask is that you haven't come to any of our events. I said, well, it's because I don't like going out other than my doctor appointments and my therapy. And he's like, well, if we're letting you a wheelchair, this is part of our contract. So I guess you could say he twisted my arm to go to the first event. And I could not believe the fun I had. At the end, just to see that everyone there, we were all doing this in wheelchairs, and it's okay, and we had so much fun. I feel like they're part of my new circle and my new family. To me, Triumph, if it wasn't there, I think I would still be in my depressed mood and where I was before.
My name is Cookie Grover, both the Sesame Street monsters. I've been injured, it'll be 5 years in September. The first person that met the people in Triumph was my husband, Scott, because he had heard about the support group, and he had told me, so help me if I go and this support group is all this, oh boo-hoo, poor am I, this happened to me. He said, I'm out of there. But he came home and he said, oh my gosh, Cookie, they're amazing. These people were coming from all over. They're the happiest, most beautiful people I've ever met. He goes, I didn't expect that. I don't know where me and my husband and my family would be without their support. I can't wait to see them, to talk to them. You find out good things, bad things, anything you want to know. Nothing's off limits. Everyone should be able to have a system with support like Triumph.
My name is Jeremy Holland, and I'm 34. I was born in Los Angeles, South Central, born and raised. Now that I look back, it all started when I was a kid, growing up with a single household of a mother that had to provide for 4 children. Yes, growing up in the area that I grew up in, you were forced to fit in. It wasn't no option because we were born in a lot of negativity. If I was to wake up in the morning and look out the window, all I saw was helicopters and police. Domestic violence, gang violence, trauma, assaults, a lot of homeless people, just no motivation. Well, before I got injured, I actually said a prayer to God, and I told God to take me out my environment, do whatever you gotta do to make me grow. I remember that day waking up, I actually went outside to go to the store. There was a drive-by shooting, and I ended up paralyzed. When I got shot and I hit the ground, I called my mom because I didn't know if I was gonna make it. My body just numbed, and I never felt that feeling before, so I'm like, it might be over. Oh my God, the worst pain of my life. I would never forget that pain. When I got to the hospital, that's when my family and my friends were there with me, and I was smiling actually. I was actually smiling because I was still alive. Something about life is we don't realize what we have until it's gone. Life wasn't over for me because I knew there was a reason why I got paralyzed, and I was okay with it. I grew up watching basketball. I was a big sports fan. And when I got paralyzed, I didn't play basketball for 10 years because I didn't know that they had disabled leagues around the world, basketball chairs. I didn't know of it. And then I went to go support Triumph, and I seen people playing basketball. I seen people wrecking each other with rugby. I seen people playing golf. If there's a will, there's a way. I always felt that way, but I never really seen it until I went to Triumph. And when I seen the basketball chairs, I struck gold. Here we go. So it wasn't for Triumph, I wouldn't know that basketball chairs exist, the programs exist, all this stuff that we have for disabled people still exists.
I just can't thank Triumph enough for everything they've done for me. I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for you guys. And I hope that, I'm able to pass on everything you guys have to everyone out there, because the mission that you guys have is essential for those of us who are newly injured, who are going through the injury. All the families out there need that support, because even they struggle with a loved one who gets injured, and you guys provide resources for all the above to be able to move on with their lives, and that's something that I wouldn't have had if it wasn't for you guys. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I hope that I can be a role model to the foundation and everything that you guys do for everyone.
Triumph to me is love, family, and friendship.
This is the most important part to me, to be involved in a community as beautiful as you all are. Thank you.
Triumph educated me, they supported me, and they empowered me to be motivated, to get independent and doing something that I love, which is play wheelchair basketball and try different activities being disabled. When these young children look out the window, I don't want them to see what I saw. I'm guiding a lot of children in my communities, and I'm pretty much being their role models that I wish that I had growing up.
We're so humbled and grateful for everyone's support. Your gifts really make a life-changing difference. Thank you.